Classic back in August, but it took him probably 5 or 6 picks to finally finish it. I mean,
and you know yourself, on this ramp, if you put that frame down, it's so hard.
It's very difficult, and you might get 1 or 2 picks, and after that, your posterior just won't take anymore.
Mateusz Krliskowski is up next for his second throw. He is your leader after throwing that stone 10 feet 7 inches on his first attempt.
Tall, rangy, explosive athlete. It's another decent throw there.
And I think that's going to improve.
And I'll tell you what, I love the way he's going to stare it down. Every time he's looking to see how far that stone's gone.
He wants to know right now.
Yeah, from that angle, it looks like he's going to be ahead of his last mark, and he will be, as you're going to see.
There we go. He's just
inching up the leader mark. So Mateusz Krliskowski, who comes in 4th place overall, is leading this event, and the man who is in 2nd place, Tom Evans, is in 6th place overall.
Well, we knew this was a wild card event going into it. You know, we could guess on who might be good at it, but we really don't know until we get into it.
Well, we do know that height matters, and Mateusz Krliskowski is one of the tallest athletes here in the field.
The trajectory is good, though, as well. He's getting all of that force.
But he doesn't waste any of that runoff. He's right at the board on the 1 foot, getting as much reach as he can.
Clearly well prepared on this event.
Yeah.
11 feet even for Mateusz Krliskowski. And now here comes Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson only has a 2-point lead on Krliskowski in the overall standings. This will be his second attempt. His first throw, 9 feet 7 inches.
Bobby, other than that Wheel of Pain, has had a fantastic performance at this year's contest. Taking the win on the deadlift, 2nd place on the log. Well, currently in 4th, I believe, on this event.
And this is where you think back to that 1 rep on the log that didn't count.
Yeah.
What if he had gotten that? He's in a much more comfortable position in the overall standings, but now he has to focus on the stone toss, and that is a great throw for Bobby Thompson.
Thumbs up from the referee. Bobby means business.
Bobby's even going to stick around and see what this one is.
Yeah. That's a good throw. Can he improve on his first round throw?
That had to be an improvement.
Looks like it could be in the 10, maybe close to the 10-foot range. Trying just not to surrender too many points to Mateusz Krliskowski for that 3rd place in the overall standings. He certainly had it dialed in there.
He's got such strength in those shoulders and triceps, utilizing them well.
And here comes Mitchell Hooper, 2nd place overall. The Bobby Thompson just missing 10 feet, 9 feet 11 inches on that last throw. So
progressing from his first throw, though.
Now 4th place overall in this event. Mitchell Hooper giving himself a mark, and now moving back to the stone.
No hat this time.
No hat.
We're going to see a change of technique.
9 feet 3 inches, his first throw.
Well, he's a little further back than I originally thought he would be. I figured he'd be in the top 3 on this right now. But
here goes Mitchell Hooper.
That looked like a better throw.
That was a much better throw for Mitchell Hooper.
Really got that power into the stone that time. Trajectory was better.
To make sure that
it's not far off the leader mark there.
He might be inside the top 4. That could be very close to Bobby Thompson's mark of 9 feet 11 inches.
He looks happy.
Here's the second attempt for Mitch Hooper.
That was a great throw.
Yeah,
really good.
Fantastic throw.
That's going to build the confidence for him.
And with
putting
that
extra pressure onto Trey Mitchell.
he is now moved into second place, 10 feet,
Wow,
5
that's
inches.
big. That's big for Mitch Hooper. And now huge amount of pressure on Trey Mitchell. He really can't afford to slip too far behind.
he's got to have a good throw here.
He only
We've seen
has
him respond time and time again. Mitch Hooper has put the pressure on, but Trey, we saw it on the, every single event. We've seen it at the Rogue Invitational. He just improves all the time. The log lift yesterday.
And he knows how to fight. Think back to that 941-pound lift that he put up in the Elephant Bar, and that was a battle. And now he's got to come up with a huge performance.
This
Only
needs
a
to be the best
half-point
throw he's ever
lead
done.
on Mitch Hooper coming into this event. So he's got to stay close to Hooper.
5 people between them currently. He needs to improve on his first round throw.
We have 1 round remaining. Trey Mitchell on his second attempt. Not sure if he improves on the first one.
I don't know if that was any better.
But it looked to be a little more forward than up on that initial launch point.
Yeah, I think it was maybe a better position going from the head position instead of straight up. But we gained much more out of it.
8 feet 8 inches is still going to be Trey Mitchell's top throw, and he is in 8th place right now in this event. Now we are in the 3rd and final round, which means Kevin Ferris will be back out for his final throw. Ferris choosing to go with some headgear. Six feet 9 inches, his best mark through 2 rounds.
He was going to change it up.
Trying to find a good balance point before he starts his approach.
Going off the head this time.
And he winds up touching the sand pit, so that attempt will not count, and it looked like it may have been his best one.
Tried to give it a little
I
more.
think it was definitely the furthest, but unfortunately for Kevin, the risk didn't pay off.
6 feet 9 inches is going to be what he ends up with. And that will bring out Luke Stoltman. Just watch Kevin Ferris's feet, and they and his hand to catch his balance
down there.
That's that is not allowed, unfortunately, and Luke Stoltman is set for his 3rd and final attempt. Currently sits in 7th place after his best throw of 9 feet 2 inches. See who wins the battle of the brothers. Is both Luke and Tom right next to each other in the standings as far as this event is concerned, separated by just 4 inches.
Yeah, they're really close. Luke's hand looks like some decent throws. It's just not getting the same distance as some of the others.
See if Luke Stoltman's able to catch his brother, who will be coming up here in a little bit. Pablo Nakonechny will be the next man. Then Tom Stoltman will be out.
So hard sometimes when a competition doesn't go how you kind of plan in your head, and you end up disappointing on your strongest events. when you're not in that battle to challenge for the podium, sometimes you just kind of lose that motivation to keep fighting. He's putting on a professional performance, but you can see in his face, you know, last year he was battling for third and every event meant something, whereas now he's kind of like, he's probably thinking about the next contest, believe it or not, you know, even though he's still here battling, it's slipped away from him. That log lift would have been disappointing.
Well, Luke is unable to improve on his score. And here comes Pavlo Nakonechny in fourth place, 10 feet 2 inches. If he can just get a little more distance out of that, he can put himself in second place.
I have to go back to, you know, with Pavlo, I'd be interested to know what was going on backstage before the deadlift, because if the knee genuinely was bad, the smart thing to do would have been a safer deadlift.
Get one on the board.
Get 5, 6, 7 points out of the deadlift rather than try and just win it with the first lift.
Yeah.
And he'd be in a position now where he's really challenging.
Final throw for Nakonechny.
I mean, he's doing exceptionally well on this.
Yeah.
Like, every single throw has been solid.
Like, he throws this thing like a basketball.
Could probably palm it.
Sometimes it's not about being stronger. Sometimes it's about getting better at the sport and understanding how to structure a whole competition. He's got all the potential in the world, and I expect to see him winning major shows in the future.
This is his first appearance here at the Arnold Strongman Classic. This is his last throw in event 4. That was close.
Good throw.
Yeah, another good solid throw.
He generates so much power from his shoulders just to launch it, because his run-up is really slow, and just it's all just a push press out there.
Tom Stoltman, 9 feet 6 inches, as Pavlo Nakonechny is now in third place in the event, 10 feet 4 inches. He's tied with Tom Evans, who has yet to make his third and final attempt. Tom Stoltman, 7th place overall, best finish 2 5ths on day number 1, a 5th in the Wheel of Pain, and then a 5th place in the Austrian Oak. Third and final throw.
That was a good, powerful throw. He's just lacking a little bit of speed on the run-up.
Yeah.
The actual throw was
better than the second throw, though.
Yeah. May have progressed a little from his first 2 attempts.
Yeah.
9 feet 6 inches is his best throw to this point. We'll await the measurement on that.
I think some of the angles always make it look closer than you think.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the official results.
Really hard to tell.
Was that enough to move Tom up the leaderboard?
We're about a foot shy of Kilishkovsky's top throw. And we'll await that measurement for Tom Stoltman. And now we move on to Tom Evans.
Now, Tom's second throw was very, very big. He just went over the line. He needs to try and get it right, but he's got a chance.
And that throw would have been the top mark, because it was clearly past Kilishkovsky's.
He's definitely more capable of doing it. He just got to stop himself.
11 feet is the best throw so far. This is the final attempt for Tom Evans, who's right now tied with Nakonechny for third. Final attempt for Evans. Let's see if he keeps it clean here. Didn't get to see the impact point, but no question he did not touch the sand pit.
Stone's gone a far distance. It's out of the screen. It's not sure on the landing point.
Let's take a look at the replay here and see where this thing landed. If it was close to that 11-foot mark. That was right
really,
there. That's going to be very close.
That looks like it's there.
Shaking his head, but
10 feet 7 inches puts him in second place.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, if it stays like that, that's really good news for Kiliashkovsky. To have Thomas Evans between the rest of the athletes, it's going to allow him to get back into a real good position to get on that podium.
Mateusz was only 2 points back of Bobby Thompson for third place. Now here comes Rob Kearney. So Rob Kearney right now 9th in the event, 8 feet 1 inch, his best throw.
As he was throwing, that stone was just dropping lower and lower.
Well, you wonder too, if not for the triceps injury, if he might be going for a little bit of a different technique that might just be compensating for that, not
I think he's
put the
trying to
pressure
get
on it.
in a position where it's not completely loading that tricep too bad. I mean, obviously he wants to get a good performance here, but he doesn't want to re-injure that tricep either. Because this isn't an event he's going to win.
Well, next man up will be your current leader, Mateusz Kiliashkovsky, who has the best mark at 11 feet. Kearney's going to stay in 9th place, does not improve on his best throw, so he will wind up with a distance of 8 feet 1 inch. Mateusz Kiliashkovsky, who is making his first appearance in a competition in nearly 2 years. And for him, just getting through this thing cleanly, all 5 events, has got to be a big confidence booster for him.
Yeah, we should point out that if it stays as it is, this will be his second win of this competition, with potentially his best event still to come. He could end up taking 3 wins in his first contest back.
Wow. And that's going to be really close.
Throw as well.
Yeah, I guess we can't say it too much, but we've been saying it all weekend and it's been changing. We said, Luke was the favorite on log.
Yeah.
Pablo was the favorite on
There's no favorites anymore.
So we won't curse him and say he's the favorite on frame.
But when you look at the past results,
he's a clear
that's all
favorite.
we're doing when we're basing it not off myths. These are the things that people have done in the past. But obviously it doesn't mean it's going to play out like that. But to see him back winning events at the Arnold Classic, it's just good to see him back, especially as a strongman fan, having Mateusz involved. It makes it exciting, and hopefully he goes away from this, lets that confidence build, and we'll see more of him in the future.
Kiliashkovsky is able to add to that total 11 feet 4 inches is now the best mark, so he does beat his prior distance as Bobby Thompson is set for his third and final attempt.
Bobby Thompson been super impressive this weekend. Really working hard at his weaknesses. This type of event would not have suited Bobby in the past.
Yeah, this is a surprise on how well Bobby's doing on this.
Onto the head. 9.11 is his best throw so far. Good foot speed. Thumbs up from the referee. I'm not sure he's going to move up at all, but it was a good, solid final throw.
And Thompson just trying to stay within striking distance of a spot on the podium here. judging by his reaction, I don't know if he was able to improve on his second throw.
I think Bobby's got to be very pleased with this.
Two men left, Mitchell Hooper and Trey Mitchell. 10 feet 5 inches is Hooper's best throw.
So really the pressure is all on Trey Mitchell right now.
Yeah, Trey has got to better that throw to get some more points.
Mitch is where he needs to be, top 3, that is the goal. Trey Mitchell in 8th place. Really needs to try and maybe overtake the Stoltmans, overtake Bobby Thompson, and narrow that gap as much as he can.
Yeah. He can at least overtake the Stoltmans. At least narrow it up some.
And Mitch could add even more pressure here with his final throw.
I think to try to get Bobby would be a pretty big ask at this point.
Here goes Mitch Hooper.
Can he improve on 10'5"?
I don't know if that's going to be it, but should stay inside the top 3 and looks to be the overall leader going into the final event. Hooper has yet to finish lower than 3rd in any event. He's got a 3rd and 2 seconds.
We spoke about it at the start of the show, how consistency is so important in strongman. You don't need to be the best at anything, but we've seen so many athletes take points off each other. As long as you can consistently get those 3rd, 2nd, 4th place finishes, you're always going to put yourself in contention come the end of the day.
But Trey Mitchell has some work to do here. 8th place right now in the event. 8 feet 8 inches is his best throw. And he's got to come up with a really big effort to do some damage control as far as surrendering points to Mitchell Hooper is concerned.
You know, until this point, Trey has not put a foot wrong. Incredible performance on every single event. Day 1, he only dropped 1 point.
Going to try something different. He laid down a marker as well. See if it may help him on his timing, knowing where to plant his foot.
He's got to try something here.
He's got to do everything he can here. This has got to be a better throw.
Goes on the head.
That's right.
It looks solid.
Looks like it might have been better than it was. I don't know if it's enough to gain any ground, but
it's a frustrating event to watch a little bit, this one. It's
yeah.
hard to,
well, you don't get that immediate, you know,
even the athletes
what the performance was.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Trey just seeing if he's improved at all on that 2nd attempt.
Every spot's going to matter right now for Trey Mitchell. Because again, the frame is not his best event.
A little better. Give a little nod there, maybe.
Here is one more look at Mitchell's final attempt, and it looks like he even put a mark down for himself. Here are your event results for the Steintossen. Gladkaya, 11 feet 4.5 inches,